Hey fellow game devs, so today I'm talking about immersion, and immersion is the holy grail. Everyone at game dev and not only is striving for it, but what if I told you that the way we often define it, well, like hyper-realistic graphics, invisible UI, all that stuff, all this is actually missing the point for most of the players. So stick around because we are going to dive deep into the immersion, what it really means, and does your game need it for being the financial banger. So as you might guess, immersion is different for the game dev side, for developers, and for the players. So when you ask what is immersion, each of the group will respond differently. So I'm thinking that immersion comes from the flow, because when you are in the flow, you cannot be not immersed. The flow and immersion are too connected. So I'm recalling my childhood here when I was like 12, 11, and I played PC with my friends at my grandpa's house. We got the Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, and when my grandpa came into my room and told, "Hey, get out of here, you got too many of screen time," I was still there. Doing my routine, being away from PC, I was still driving that car, thinking how to beat that race, how to upgrade my car to be better. And all this stuff is specifically what we at Game Dev are willing to get, to continue the experience while you are in and out of your device with the game. So later when I jumped into the industry, I have found out that for years critics, the industry itself, like biggest people here and a lot of players actually equating immersion with the graphical fidelity. And think of the Half-Life 2, Deus Ex, Bioshock, Last of Us. These are immersive games, and these are also graphically rich games. So it's easy to confuse like the visuals with the systems. So systems are a thing that makes the game, makes you be there, makes you be the activity, not just spectacle. Sorry for my pauses in the speech, it's really hard to get that right, but I will try. So, like, I was there playing the Zuma. Remember that Boomerest Match 3 game? Or GTA 1, or Minecraft. I played these games and all of these were immersive. Were they graphically rich? No, but they got systems. Minecraft, GTA, big world with the interactions where you can be like where you can do like hundreds of interactive actions, and you're there, not spectacular, but in the activity, really. So I know that engineers, system designers are often like not treated well in terms of the people who are creating immersion. It's always us fellow producers, creative directors, game directors, lead game designers. We are crafting it, but I'm asking you, people from game dev, to be friends with your system designers who are, I really believe that these people are unsung heroes of immersion. They are crafting the loops for the player. They are fostering the deep kind of engagement that transcends into the, into the things pretty textures cannot achieve. And that brings us to the flow. I promised you to talk about the flow, so here we are. I personally define the flow as becoming so utterly absorbed with the activity that you become the activity. Same as my childhood story about the Need for Speed, when you are away from PC still thinking of it. That's the point. That's not hyperfocus. Do not confuse it. Hyperfocus is often about getting tasks done. Emerging from that feels like a relief. But emerging from the flow is not making you feeling relieved. It makes you like you are willing to immediately jump back into the activity. And that's the thing we are chasing as the game developers. And we argue that flow fundamentally requires immersion and all that stuff, but what we conventionally called highly immersive games are often just games with the quick flow pickup, like reactive action games, Battlefield, Call of Duty, and other shooters, or racing games, or hyper-casual mobile games like games from Hobby. That games immediately pull you in with the constant do it objective. On the other side, well, you have the quests, you have the puzzles, you have the strategy games, and well, all these games are like slow flow pickup games. They demand initial investment, more learning, but once you build your empire, mastered your class, the immersion becomes profound and enduring, and that games are more prone to keep players for years. That's why people still playing Lineage 2. So what does that mean for your game? So when you are the game developer, focus on your systems, not just the scenery. As a designer, ask yourself, how does the world react to the core loop actions done by the player, and what choices do players have within these systems? If you're an investor and want to find a potentially great hit game, focus on the vision of the game systems and how the levels, the mechanics, the loops are interacting with the audience. Look for the real understanding of the audience by the founder. Ask more about this at the pre-seed stage. And focus less on the visuals, truly. Everyone can make a great visuals now, but very few can make the great flow and engagement and immersion eventually. Then you have to understand the diverse player types. So again, find your audience, understand their okays and not okays. For some are kind of okay to have the fast flow pickup, for some not, and you have to tailor it to your game loop, game economy, to find what is the best. Because in some games, like strategy games, you can lose some amount of players at the start in the onboarding phase, into the first days of the activity of the player, but the players who will remain will be there for years, and that is the thing which might be healthy for your game economy. So tell me in the comments what games have truly immersed you. Comment on the content of this speech, and don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and I see you around in 1 week. Bye bye.